So now I selected COM77, that is the communication port that the ArteriographHolter2 is put on. I select that only the selected port must be active, which helps the software to concentrate on only this communication port, so it will not explore any other communication ports, just 77. And now, if I press send, I have a confirmation window whether I will use the suggested CUF type or not. Okay, I will use CUF number 2, press OK, and this is the exploration phase. First, the device's memory is cleared. It will take some seconds. Now it's the second phase. The schedule or the program is downloaded into the device. Now this is just a reminder of the program. If you see this page, this screen, that means that your ArteriographHolter2 device is programmed successfully. Now you can start the measurement. Here you see that the start of the test will happen within 3 minutes. So it's 12:07 and the current time is 12:04. So 3 minutes from now the first measurement will start. You can see the status of the programming. It was successful. So I skip this window and go back to the device. First of all, I attach the pouch to my waist. I will set the length of the belt according to myself. Once I have it here, I will put the device into the pouch. There you go. And usually we prefer to put the cuff onto the dominant arm. And I mean by dominant, if I'm a right-handed person, I will put it onto my right upper arm. We prefer the cuff to be in a position that the tube faces the neck. I put it behind my neck and attach the tube into the device. So that's how it looks like. It's quite comfortable. You can put the cuff onto the thin layer of shirts, so this will not affect the measurement. However, be careful about the installation or the placement of the cuff. It should be more tighter than a simple blood pressure measurement cuff. So there you can see that I hardly can press one finger beneath the cuff. So that's how tight it should be. So that's how I look like. If there is some excess tubing, you can place it under the belt, and it still allows for a lot of movement. So there you can see I can move with this quite easily around. You can move, you can do your common work while you do this measurement. But if you feel that the measurement is started, it would be optimal to stop for a minute in standing position and wait until the measurement is ready. Now you can hear that the measurement is started. Now the device re-inflates the suprasystolic pressure. And that was the phase when the arterial function parameters were picked up. By arterial function parameters, once again, I refer to pulse wave velocity, augmentation index, and central systolic blood pressure. After the 24-hour measurement is ready, then you don't have to do anything else than to detach the device from the patient and retrieve the data from the device into the computer. So this is retrieve data from device. You have to select ArteriographHolter2, and the lastly used COM port will be the default one. So COM77, you don't have to touch this because now it's okay, and just press OK. And depending on the number of measurements, it will take from few seconds to few minutes of time for the data to be transferred back to the computer. Now in this case it will be quite fast. There you go. This is one measurement, but let me show you complete measurement of a patient. For example, this lady was measured in January this year. I selected that measurement and press the next button, and that's how I enter the complex evaluation mode. Now you can personalize the outlook of this. For example, this is just a graph of a simple blood pressure measurement, but I can turn on the graph of the arterial function measurements, and that's where you can see with purple line the pulse wave velocity, with light blue the brachial augmentation index, and with dark green, the aortic augmentation index. You can either turn off the standard graph and just see the arterial function data and the change of them. So that's how you can assess the measurement. You can evaluate the whole list of data with different parameters represented in red if they are over a certain threshold. For example, the threshold for brachial systolic blood pressure is 140, so anything above 140 will be indicated with red. So this is the whole list. You can see here disturbances in the measurement. There are some missed measurements also. The gray area represents the nighttime measurement phase. Anything that is white refers to the daytime measurement. You can gain some simple statistics like mean, maximum, minimum, standard deviation of the brachial parameters, the same for the central blood pressure parameters, and the same for the arterial function indices like augmentation index and pulse wave velocity. You can generate some correlation indices, which also gives you the so-called ambulatory arterial stiffness index, for short AASI, which is also a very widely used parameter for assessing arterial stiffness and cardiovascular risk. You can also show some histogram regarding the peripheral data, so systole, diastole, mean arterial pressure, and heart rate. If you are ready with the evaluation and you think that you only need to print it out, then you can go to print report. These are the default settings of the print report, and go to the preview mode, select the printer that you would like to print on, and then you will receive the standard 3 pages of the report. If you zoom in here on the first page, that's just a simple 24-hour blood pressure evaluation with the different results and with the thresholds for systole and diastole represented in the graph. The second page is for the expert opinion, so the doctor can type in the opinion here, and the third page is for the arterial function data. According to the different thresholds, you can assess the patient's state of arteries, either for pulse velocity or for the augmentation index, whether there are extreme outliers, whether there is high pulse velocity or any other parameter throughout the day or just during the night, just during the daytime. So you have plenty of options here to assess correctly the cardiovascular risk. And as a last step, if you'd like to, you can save the results directly to PDF. Can close it and go back to the main window and check